This is Jamin Mayer, Parker Tree Service, early July 2021. I want to talk about gummosis in cherry tree or any stone fruit tree. In gummosis, and I also want to talk about some of the disease. So this is just a reaction from the tree. I'll call it a mechanism from the tree. The tree is trying to push a fungal disease out of itself. And so that's extra resin is hard right now. But if I dig in, because it was a little bit of precip the other night, it's kind of soft, so it's gummy, right? Gummosis. And if we've had like a drought condition for a long period of time, it would be really hard. So in this case, this tree it's trying to manage a fungal disease, and it's probably been here for quite a while, as I see a secondary problem for the tree. The secondary problem is, I think it's peach tree borer. Yes, this is a cherry tree, but I think it is peach tree borer. You can see old exit holes there, but then you can also see some sawdust right there. And if I tap on this, if you've seen some of my other videos, you'll see that that's not a solid sound. Over here would probably be solid right there. So the bark is not separated. It's not like separating from the actual wood. In this case, in this area, it is. And then we see how it's starting to move. It also means, I think it's down here too. Yeah, it's down here, so we can see another exit hole. Then I'll look at the crown of the tree, show you something from my perspective. The crown is the canopy, the foliage, whatever you want to say. So in this area over here, we have a lot of tip dieback. Also, we can call this flagging. And if I just pan over to the right, just another tree that's flagging, has tip dieback. If I see tip dieback or flagging in a tree, I always think of it as something is clogging the vascular system, one, or two, something is chewing it or cutting it off. So that could be an insect or a squirrel, if it's natural causing. And then over here, if I pan right here, you see some brown wilted leaves. That means that's somewhat recently dying, as that would have been like a nice reddish color if it was healthy. So that means that probably was healthy a couple weeks ago, but now it's becoming leafless. It's gonna wilt and die, and it'll look very similar here. And even if you look close in this bare spot, I'll zoom in a little bit, you'll see the brown wilted leaves. So what that tells me is it's kind of recently dying. Sometimes I think of it as new dieback versus old dieback. And anyway, this tree is severely stressed. It also has robust sucker growth on the inside. It's just trying to survive. There is a lot of cambium damage on the trunk and the main leaders for this tree. So that means if the cambium can't fully grow over and seal over, kind of like zip up like a zipper, then definitely the tree will die. It's kind of a sad scenario for this one, because I don't think it's going to do well. But anyway, that's what I want to talk about, is Canadian red cherry. Typically a fungal disease, and what I see is Cytospora canker, number one. Two, I'll also see what is called white fungus. The white fungus is easy to see because it has literally little white pimples everywhere. Cytospora canker is technically transferable from, this is a hybrid cottonwood tree, hybrid cottonwood, aspen, willow. Cytospora canker is a really bad fungal disease in our local area, and it then can cross over to the Canadian red cherry and other stone fruit trees.